F1000, your time starts now.
Right, last talk, so bear with me. So what I want to talk about today is a publication model that aligns with the key open source software principles, and namely F1000 research. So, what's the problem? The problem for me and for others is that software is published in traditional journals, and traditional journals don't really have what software needs when you publish them. So the idiom I tend to use is it's a bit like fitting a square peg into a round hole. So F1000 research is different. So we're an open science journal, that is open data, and we do post-publication open peer review. So a typical article flow would be an article submitted, it comes in-house and it has a pre-referee check, so that's for intelligible science, we check for quality, content, things like that. And then it's instantly published, and all the associated data is put into a data repository that it's associated with. And then the open peer review process starts, and obviously this goes round and round. You're going to get revisions from the referees, obviously, and the authors can then put these revisions into new versions, and once the new version's published and it reaches our criteria, it is then indexed in PubMed and Scopus. So, as I said, revisions are made through versions, but what we found is software is also going to benefit from this because we can do versions for updates. So obviously software has, it's always growing and things are always happening, there's new code, new features. So what's going to happen is you're going to have these smaller developments that may not warrant a full publication. So what we do is we tend to allow authors to publish these updates in a new version, which might not, have made an actual publication. And from the image here, we can see basically we want you to publish your software, and then it can organically grow through versions, and you don't have to publish it anywhere else. So here's an example of an updated article. So as you can see from the circles, it's clearly labeled, and there you can see it's version 2 of 2, and all the versions have their own DOI, and they're all cross-linked, so you can see exactly what's happened to the software. And in this particular case, you can see in version 1, referees 1 and 3 decided that there was a feature of this software that should have been added, will make it much better. And then a couple of months later, the authors had added this feature, and the update has been recorded and published together. So we're not losing any time, any data here. It's basically the software is developed and it's documented at the same time. Another problem is obviously reproducibility, the hot topic at the moment in science. So I'm sure you're all familiar with the STAP debacle that happened in Nature over the past few months. And basically, we need things to be a bit more reproducible, and code is no different. So what we do at F1000 Research for the provenance of the code is we have this standardized table that goes in our software availability section, and these are the 5 things that we ask for. We ask for the software access, so how you can get to the software via an author's page or an institution page. The latest source code, obviously, because if people want to go in there and see it and develop themselves. The source code at the time of publication, this is key for referees, so they can go in and review the code that they're meant to be reviewing for that article. We also archive the source code at the time of publication as well, so we can get a DOI for that code, and the author then can actually have some credit because they can cite the code that they've done. And obviously we also put in the software license so everyone knows how the data can be used and this code can be used. Also, because we employ open peer review, and we have and software itself necessitates like community and collaboration, so should peer review and reflect that. So instead of being a battleground for kind of peer review warfare, why not have a nice conversation? So here we have a referee who has given some things that the author might want to look into, the author's responded, and also the community can join in. So let's make it harmonious. So we also have, as Manny explained earlier, we have article collections. So the Bio.js collection is published with us, and we just recently published the Cytoscape app collection. And we're also open for any of you guys who have got projects and you want to publish in one place and have all of your stuff there. Get in contact with me. I've got a poster, numero 8, and I'm always available for a drink if you'd like to buy me a beer and talk about this. Thank you very much.